Hello and welcome back to the comment show where a lot of you last week loved my mention of Cabby Cushy Cabby Gam. And I thought, that was it. I thought I had no more rogue Indian references. However, earlier today, I was reminded on Twitter of a picture that I love a lot. I bloody love it. Ian Dowie, Bollywood edition. Move over with your blue eyes white dragon. Embarrassing. I've got a Bollywood Ian Dowie. All right, hand me all your cards. That's how Yu-Gi-Oh worked, wasn't it? I should probably start the show now, shouldn't I? It might be about football at some point, who knows? The first comment comes from Brennan on UCL Review. We need Sancho. We have nothing on the right side. PSG just let us attack from the right and we couldn't produce anything. This has come from a Manchester United fan, obviously, who were rightly silenced by Di Maria and Paris Saint-Germain. Now, there's been a lot of talk in the papers, all right, everyone loves the papers, recently that United are going to try and go for Jadon Sancho in the summer for 70 million. 70? What? We sold him for 7? Now, I don't think that this would actually make that much sense for either party. Sancho has finally established himself in the Dortmund starting 11. He's contributed to 18 goals in 21 Bundesliga games. He is the definition of real deal, but for his sake, I think he should stay in Germany for at least one more year. He's only 18. He's got plenty of time left in his career, and winning a couple of trophies in Germany and performing regularly in the Champions League is probably going to help him a lot more than potentially being rotated between Martial, Lingard, Rashford, and Alexis Sanchez. I mean, I'd probably get in front of Alexis Sanchez at the moment, but it's a lot of people, isn't it? And from United's perspective, I don't know how much they're willing to spend. I'm not their accountant, but I imagine they have an insane amount of money. Everyone says we have loads of money, we do, but United also have a lot of money. But investing 70 million into building a shit-hot defence seems like the most sensible thing to do instead. But I thankfully don't work at United. I'm sure they know what they're doing. They've just gave Phil Jones a new contract, so they seem like a very sensible bunch. But even if they do buy him, we put in a 15% sell-on clause, so it's not the end of the world. We also have first refusal. So if we match anyone's offer, we get first dibs at City. And yes, if you're wondering, I am bitter enough to want us to do that because I would not be a fan of him moving to United and then scoring against us. That would bother me. He was barely at City for long. Watford should be annoyed if anyone's annoyed, but, I'd still be annoyed. Also, on an unrelated note, Fred, he's shit, isn't he? I'm glad we lost that one. Glad we did not get him. Sean Najau said, does Kieran actually go through all the comments on FD and EFD? If that's the case, impressive. I do not. I have a very, very small period of time to actually find the comments and write the show, which leads me to find absolutely anything I immediately see and just try and make it relatable, informative, or funny. This often leads me to end up saying something outrageous about a player or a club because I just don't think it through enough. But I refuse to change because I'm dug in and I'm having a lot of fun winding people up. So just gotta keep it going, see where it goes. You're all bastards. People who support Tottenham, idiots. Samuel Bravo has said, I now have more comment show appearances than Liverpool has Premier League titles. How about that? Oh, look, that's a slow one. Samuel Bravo, you're in the show for the 3rd week in a row, 3, because of this sort of unreal football banter. More appearances than Liverpool have Premier League titles. Ha! I can just picture Stephen Gerrard now, who I assume watches this show, by the way, of course he does, just sitting there fuming that he never had the balls to move to Chelsea and actually win the Premier League. He wanted to, he would have had a much better career if he did, okay? You can see the regret in his eyes. Sam G13, is your head really that big? Or have you edited it bigger? What? What's wrong with my head? It's not a teeny tiny head by any means, but it's a decent size. But if you must know, I haven't edited it bigger. This is my real head. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the count of 3, turn your head left.
Left.
1, 2, 3. Lil Soap Dispenser, Gabby Jesus is overrated. Only scores tap-ins. Rashford scores much better goals. Gabriel Jesus is not overrated. Like anyone, especially strikers, they rely on confidence. His confidence is back. I was worried for a bit, not gonna lie, but he's getting back into his Brazilian groove. There's just as much value in having the quality of being able to be in the right position at the right time as there is being able to bang in a goal from outside the box. The ball's in the net. How did it go in? I don't care, but it's in there, and it's in there frequently. I do understand your comment though, and Rashford is very, very good, but I think it's hard to compare two different types of forwards who play in two completely different systems. At City, the goal is essentially to walk the ball into the net, and we do it. We do it a lot. At United, I don't really know what they do anymore. They just kind of kick it and run and kick it again, and it goes in. And I'm not gonna lie, I try to avoid watching United when possible, so I don't wanna know what they do, all right? Disgusting. Disgusting! Joe Shepherd. The comment show is the only video on Football Daily that I like before I even watch it. That's awfully presumptuous. That's awfully presumptuous of you, Mr. Shepherd. The phrase, don't judge a book by its cover, doesn't only apply to judging something negatively, but also positively. This might be shit. This show might be really, really shit. Just god-awful almost. Don't assume the best or the worst. Expect mediocrity. Jesus Christ. Doogie balling hard. Man's probably been in every FD/EFD vid this week, except We Need to Talk. Doogie was on an absolute mission last week. He's in this video, he's in that video, but I'm afraid you're wrong. If you look hard enough, Doogie was actually in We Need to Talk as well.
£19.6 million. I'll just let that sink in.
Jose, how do you cope with the pressure?
Schalke show! There was a huge relegation fight against Freiburg, and did the game live up to the incredible hype? No, I could only watch the highlights, but when you click on some football highlights and see that it's only 2 minutes long, that doesn't bode very well, does it? I've seen more chances in the game of Monopoly. One standout moment from the game was Serdar's red card. Holy shiver! I think I'm going to be sick just thinking about it. It was really grim, to be honest. It was so high up the other bloke's leg that I was concerned he was going to die. That's right, he's going to die from a broken leg. But somehow, itchy neck, he didn't snap his leg. His leg, look, didn't snap in half. From that, what are his bloody legs made out of? Fucking kryptonite! My one player to watch this week isn't actually a player, it's this guy's leg. A round of applause for the bone structure of Mike France's leg, everybody. Well done. You should be incredibly proud. But that's not all. Tomorrow is a fateful day of when City and Schalke finally meet. The first of two Lisby derbies that will be played. Who will win? Who does my heart want to win? Will the choo-choo train roll in? Or will Aguero row his boat gently down the stream to the quarter-final? Comment of the week is Brighton fan number 1, Glenn Murray. Now, before I realised that Brighton fan number 1 was actually giving his answer to my question last week of who do you think is the best ever striker in the Premier League, I actually just assumed Brighton fan number 1 had come onto the video and just typed Glenn Murray for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And that's what made me laugh. So congratulations to Brighton fan number 1, who has managed to win comment of the week because I just misinterpreted his comment. And I refuse to go get an actual comment for comment of the week because time is money, people. Time is money. All right, I'm a busy man. I've got things to do. I need to go to the bank to deposit a cheque. How much for, Kieran? Oh, at least 4 digits. And I mean, 2 of them come after the point, so it's not actually that much. That's all for today. I've been Kieran. Don't forget to subscribe to Euro Football Daily and check out a wealthy collection of scout reports. Oh, that's a good move, that one.